is enough, and it's time for a change.
Are you ready?
It is Sunday, and you're listening to the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast.
Give me a hell yeah! Woo, yeah!
With Kinny, Killa.
Hey yo! Where is the big tonight, baby? And we are live! Woo!
I'm the gal them sugar should.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Contest the bottom line. The Stone Cold Sensor.
Oh, son of a bitch, if you just heard the glass shatter, that's right, it's the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It's your boy Kinny, Killa, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the one man with no Instagram. And as usually, I am kicking it with the hashtag tech guy, the Newport Knight, the gal them sugar Shugs. But Shugs is ill. Yes, he is ill. He's got that Welsh lurgy. Or I should say he's got that Bristol lurgy because he comes over here to work, take the Bristol pound and go back home, so it looks like he's got that Bristol lurky thing going on. But nevertheless, I usually have some more guests on the show, but I've had to go around and kind of, pick the second string, as they may call it. I have to go to the subs bench because I don't know where my main guests are today. Chad B. Rotten, Roxy, I don't know where they are. Maybe there's something wrong with their Skype, I think. But Ollie, I've got Ollie Wood on the show today. Had to get my boy on because I know he wanted to say some ish. So please welcome to the show. That's it. None other than Oliver Benji.
Yes, it is Oliver. And I want to go brr, 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 but I had to switch it up today. It's OL middle finger to Tim Vicious.
Yeah, you know what? You'll get your chance to bust that ish in a bit. But also, I want to say a big thanks to the American Geordie, as I like to call him. It is Tony Walker.
Sweet! What's up, guys?
Oh, man, just straight off the bat, I just want to congratulate you, give you a round of applause. 50th show tomorrow. Yeah. It's a milestone. And I got a thank you for saving my bacon.
No problem, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I saw you online. I know we're meant to do an interview straight after, so I just thought, I got to shout you out. So thanks for that. So anyway, you looking forward to tomorrow?
Looking forward to it. It is a big, packed show tomorrow. Got WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, ICW. A little surprise as well. I think we all know what that is, Kenny. But 50th show. I've made it.
You've made it.
Mission 1 complete.
Yeah, indeed. Ollie, man. Hey, listen. I know you've got some words to say, so straight off the bat, and then let's just get straight into it. There's some beef going down. I don't know if the rest of the segheads know. There's some beef going down with yourself and the vicious ranter himself, Mr. Tim Vicious, and also just a stupid Mark. So just speak on this, man.
Yeah, man, there's some beef going on. I can't tell you exactly what I want out of it because I did start it, but I'll tell you why I'm mad. Can I tell you why I'm mad, Kenny?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, because Tim Vicious is an ungrateful bitch of a son. He's a no-talent hack. He's a scurvy dog. He doesn't give Mark and I the thanks we deserve. We molded him into the YouTube force that he is. Kenny, it is this very Sunday Segue show that made me an international superstar. And when I do my tell-all book, I'll tell the world that you and Shugs gave me the key to the rest of the world. Tim has no such honor. He only has arrogance. YouTube Messiah? The YouTube Savior? He's to save up some money and purchase a new joke book. Now, like I told you, I can't tell you what I want. But you see why I'm mad. But Tim, you'll see very well too soon what I want.
It's just as real as that, man. This is a promo straight off the bat, man. Jeez. Oh, God. All right. Anyway, let's kick into the show. Let's make this quick. It's Mother's Day right here in the UK, so I just want to say, a quick reference to Mr. T. We love your mama, too. So I want to say happy Mother's Day to all mums out there, especially all the wrestling mums out there. And happy Mother's Day to my mama. Love you, ma. So right about now, we're just going to kick into the show. We are making our debut right now on the Shoot Network, and we have returned also to TRN. So make sure you check us out tomorrow, live stream of the show, Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast on the Shoot Network. Pew, 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 pew. If I take one from Ollie right there. So you can check out our website. At the moment it's sundaysegue.weebly.com. A new one's coming soon. Also, please follow us on Twitter. That's at Sunday Segue. Segue spelled SEGUE. Also, please like us on Facebook, email us at sundaysegue at gmail.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm just updating it with the retro roundtables. Also, like us on iTunes, rate us on iTunes. We're on Podomatic, Stitcher, TRN, The Shoot Network, and Mixcloud. And don't forget to download that Double Twist player. I just want to give some shout outs to our partners in crime. That's Max Wrestling Magazine. New issue came out this week with our interview with none other than NWA President Bruce Tharp. Make sure you check out the supplementary issue that's coming out next week. So they got a new website. It's maxwrestling.wix.com. Also, wanted to give a shout out to our other partners in crime. That's Wrestling Video News, where you can get all the news on the latest and up and coming DVD releases for all wrestling promotions. Also, want to give a shout out to the architect of the Sunday Segue, none other than Jack Williams. Through the ropes. And yeah, that's the shout outs from me. Guys, want to give out any shout outs?
Yeah, can I go?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I want to shout out to I Am Danny Sunday, my brother from another mother. Don't want to take that from Tim Vicious, but we've been getting pretty close, man. I also want to shout out DL Algoso. These are both people on Twitter. Type in at I Am Danny Sunday and at DL Algoso. And I want to shout out to Just the Stupid Mark. And I shout out to Tim Vicious, but we're not on talking terms right now.
Yeah, we're going to slap the book on that. Any shout outs, Tony?
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who supported the Wrestling Matters podcast. 2 minutes before.
She's still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, just about. You just cut out a bit. Just say your shout outs again.
Shout out to everybody who supported the Wrestling Matters podcast, and a shout out to Middlesbrough Football Club too.
Hey, what was it? 4-1?
Oh yes,
4-1. Jeez.
Absolutely destroyed Ipswich yesterday, and a shout out to Patrick who gets in. So
gets in. All right. Okay, so let's just go straight into the show. This is gonna be a quick one. Because like I said, it's Mother's Day and we got ish to do today. So segment 1, Orton Rollins Authority. I mean, Ollie, we start off Raw with Orton coming out, the Authority in the ring. Kane welcomed Orton back to the Authority, and then, he ran them all down, joked about turning on Rollins, which pretty much told us to wait and see to the end of the show where he's actually going to turn.
I loved it. I loved it so much, man. I heart it. This was what I wanted, man. And I haven't been a Randy Orton fan much because, I mean, he's just kind of boring and predictable. But, oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, Hello?
Nah, keep going, man. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, don't trust Randy Orton, man. Oh, we're just playing with you, Randy Orton. We trust you. Oh, okay. We are the Authority now. We got Randy Orton back. I loved it, man.
You loved it. All right about now I'm going to try and see if we can get our homeboy Chad B. Broughton on the line. Chad, you there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, jeez. He's here. He is here. He has made it somehow by hook or by crook. Chad B. Broughton. Oh, god damn. We've been searching for you, homie.
My bad.
I don't know what's going on with our Skypes, but it just keeps saying you're busy.
It's what?
It keeps saying you're busy, your Skype.
No. I don't know. Missed some alarms this morning, apparently. I don't know what happened.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Oh, so you were sleeping.
I don't know what happened. I didn't hear him.
Oh, good.
But I'm awake now.
Okay, so you're awake now. Is your Skype on?
Actually, I'm on my phone. This came through my actual phone.
Yeah, I know, man. That's just the only way I can get hold of you, dog.
That's my bad.
That's all good. All right, I tell you what, man. I'll hang up. You get on the Skype and call me, yeah.
All right, give me just 2 seconds.
All right, bro. All right,
sir.
All right. Again. Let's just go back into what we were saying. That's Chad B. Broughton and his wife Courtney will be on the show in a matter of seconds. Do not worry about that. But let's just go to Tony Walker. Let's see what Tony's saying. What do you think of the opening to the show? I mean, could it have been better if Triple H or Steph were in the segment?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're supposed to be Seth Rollins is, go-to people,
Mm-hmm.
the go-to, and obviously Seth Rollins is the number one guy in the Authority. Dare I say, the number one heel in WWE. So yeah, it would probably been a little bit better, but this is the old Orton. This is the Orton I like, the mind games Orton, and obviously, as we all know, he set the trap and it paid off, so to speak.
Paid off indeed. Ollie, I mean, I like the roles that Noble and Mercury play. The little pricks. That role. The two Stooges. But do you feel that maybe it's time for the Authority gimmick to kind of stop after Mania? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is, man. I hate the fact that a lot of wrestling promotions like this whole fraction stack up thing, and this Authority gimmicks has been done over and over again, just rotating, members here and there. Yeah, it should stop. Even give us a reason to want it back. I know it was stopped briefly, and only John Cena could bring it back, and now it's back too soon. It's too soon,
yeah.
Like my joke about Paul Walker.
Yeah, nah, definitely too soon. But Tony, is there anything? Is there anything at all, right, that's happened in the last couple of weeks with this feud, that makes you at all interested in this Mania match?
What with Orton and Rollins?
Yes.
Yeah. But as far as the build-up at the moment, no. I mean, it took a turn for the weird for me when they came back and they had Orton, worm his way back into the Authority. I thought they could have done it a little bit better than that, to be honest. But I understand why they did it. It was all mind games. It was Orton setting the trap, and it paid off and everything. But I'm just looking forward to the match at Mania.
Should be a decent match. It
will be. And you talk about. And going back to what you said about the two Stooges, the Cruiserweight division, right? I saw this on YouTube as well. They talk about Rollins should go over. Yes, he should, but he should do it without the Cruiserweight division if that's the case, because he doesn't need them two anymore now. I mean, you talk about, the Authority angle. I was done with the Authority thing at Survivor Series. But I understand why they brought them back, like.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it works. It works for Rollins and it works for his character. But you're right. I feel like if he wins, he needs to win clean. But you never know what's going to happen. He might actually lose against Orton and cash in.
I think that's what the aim to do, from what I've been told, anyway.
I would love that, man. I would mark the hell out for that ish. But yeah, anywho, let's move on to the next segment. Let's move on to Bryan versus Wade Barrett and Ambrose versus Stardust. Barrett loses again, Ollie. As Bryan kind of gets more and more involved into this IC title fucking clusterfuck. But what was your thoughts on the match? Wait a minute. What match are we talking about again? Sorry. Daniel Bryan against Wade Barrett.
I think it was a good match, man. I think they just don't know what to do and how to push Wade Barrett. I mean, I'm a Daniel Bryan mark, so whoever he goes over on, it's cool with me right now. But Wade Barrett, man, I think he is an awesome talent, man. He is a wonderful talent, and they need to utilize him, but I think he missed his window. It's funny in wrestling, it seems like there's windows where you need to put somebody in, and I think when John Cena didn't put him over, I think that's what's holding him back, man. I'm happy he didn't peak too soon, but I really would like to see Wade Barrett, being used better, man, and getting decisive wins and, just on top. I would love that.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's unlucky the way, he got injured when he did, because he was meant to win that Battle Royal that would have taken him to, I think, the Money in the Bank, and he was odds on to win the Money in the Bank that year. But yeah, it's just a shame, and he is where he is right now, and I mean, I just hope after WrestleMania they do a reboot. But I mean, it's wishful thinking, because WWE at the moment is being so stale. And I just don't like the way that they've kind of, creative have kind of worked with. I mean, they've got like, I keep saying it every week. They've got about 40 fucking writers, man. They've got 40 creative. Have a wrestler, have a writer for each wrestler, and work with them. Because right about now, there's no mid card. There's all up main event, and there's no, and you're either in the main event or you're nothing, basically. You know, let's just say you're either main event or you're Curtis Axel. It's just as simple as that. Sorry, Axel. Sorry, Axel Mania. Weetabix kid, dry lunch, but that's just how it is, man. Yeah. Anyway, Tony, the pushback, as we like to call him, R-Truth, was out there on commentary again. For all you American listeners that don't know what pushback means, it means your hair is receded to, past the line where it's meant to go by. So it means you have a pushback. So, R-Truth, pushback. Out on commentary again, up to his normal shenanigans. What's your view, on the left field involvement of R-Truth? Because he comes out there, out of nowhere, a bit annoying, but at the same time a bit funny as he's doing it.
I think that's what gets it. I think that's what makes it interesting, the fact that he's actually trying to be entertaining out there. I mean, he's going around stealing the belt and everything, and he's got people lurking. He's got people lurking over his shoulder like Luke Harper and that, trying to say, "Give me the belt, give me the belt." And the next, and then he steals the belt again, and then he hands Barrett the replica belt and everything. And I think that's what he's trying to be. It's trying to be the entertaining, the mind games, entertaining version out there, and he's entertained me. As hard as that is to believe, but. Yeah, he's very much entertained me for the past couple of weeks, doing all this mind game stuff and making Barrett believe that he had the belt back, but he actually didn't. So it'd be interesting to see how he fits in this ladder match. I'm very interested in seeing what he can do. Whether he win it or not, I don't know.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed for R-Truth, but at the same time, we'll see what he can do. It's just weird because he's just come from nowhere and then all of a sudden he's just kind of just there, and it's just like, that's what I don't like. You need guys, so they're like, okay, let's go to our pool of guys that aren't in the main event who's just like, at the bottom of the barrel, and let's just like scrape the barrel really hard and pick someone out. It's just annoying. It's like he's been nowhere. He hasn't even been on TV, and all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Here's R-Truth. B-Rap, you got something to say on this?
Oh, man, this ladder match and R-Truth and everything. Man, I don't understand why R-Truth is there, but he has been entertaining on the mic. This past Raw, I wish they would have actually talked about the matches during the commentary. that was my problem with that.
Did they do anything right on Raw in the commentary? Just said.
Yeah, it was.
No, they had a completely different script. They were watching a different show, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were talking about stealing potatoes. I don't know what that was all
about.
Of
all things, man. Of all things. I know it's St. Patrick's Day coming up and you have that reference with potatoes and Irish people and stuff, but come on, man. Yeah. Jeez.
Let's stop being so stereotypical and all this shit.
Yeah, it's going to scare me that we're going to probably talk about JBL's commentary during the main event.
Oh my God! Listen, talking about stereotypes. You got fucking R-Truth out there going JB Izzle and all this shit, man. Just shut up, man. Come on, come on. There's just too much. There's PG and there's too much PG. Just shut up. Just stay. Yeah. Just do your job. Just do your job. That's why Booker T stayed the hell out of that shit. What you saying, dog? Nah. Stop it. Just stop it. Yeah. Ollie, can I get a siren on that one?
Stop it.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Chad. Is Courtney awake? Is she there?
Actually, she had to leave for a second, so.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault.
Oh, no, man, that's all good. It's all good. We'll hit her up next time. But we're gonna move on. Segment 3, Heyman promo. Chad B. Broughton. Right. Okay, I heard the "oh God," which means you have something to say. Say what you got to say on the Heyman promo, my friend.
These Heyman promos, last week and this week, are two of the best Heyman promos we have had. I mean, Heyman is a god, is he not? Especially with promos, this guy can go out there and sell a freaking ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. But these have been amazing. I actually was floored when he said the UFC stuff. I don't know if you all were or not, but the fact that this was a reality era promo through and through, the fact that he pointed out that Brock may walk out, basically that Brock could go unify the WWE and UFC titles together. Everything he said had me on the edge of my seat. This promo was freaking amazing. Did it get me into the match? Not 100%, but it was still a beautiful Heyman promo.
Yeah, man, 100%, man. I don't have any more words to praise this man. He literally just took a gun and started shooting, and whoever was in the way, you just got shot, son. Like,
he let it all go, man.
Like, jeez, man. Tony, Heyman, he deserves a medal because without Heyman, literally without Heyman, the main event at Mania is just flat. Right, were the mic problems at work?
I would probably say, well, I hope they weren't, but I would probably have to say yes. I definitely have to say yes. Like I said, I hope they weren't. And ladies and gentlemen listening to this podcast right now, what you witnessed on Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman was fucking gold. Okay? Especially with friggin' the UFC stuff and everything. And this was build up for what happened, well, from what I heard anyway, from what happened the previous week. And you're right in what you say, Kinny, as well. And like I said, I thought I was the only one, but it seems to me that Mr. Heyman is saving the main event of WrestleMania all by himself. But like I said, what we witnessed this past week on Raw with Paul Heyman, not saying that his previous one, the one the previous week wasn't good, but we witnessed the best promo since CM Punk.
Okay, yeah, I have to agree. Ollie, do a Conan and speak on this.
Yes, I totally enjoyed it, man. It is just wonderful. I mean, it's kind of like the Rock situation, but we know that Lesnar, when he comes in, he's gonna fulfill his obligation, man. He's gonna go balls to the wall, like we saw with him and Steph Rollins and the main event he was in. But yeah, oh man, God, this was a what do you call it? A clinic, man. This is how you cut a promo. This is how you prepare us for WrestleMania. This is wonderful.
It's amazing, man. It was just the highlight for me overall. Definitely the highlight for me overall. All right, let's move on. Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, Tony. I actually started kind of tuning out of what Wyatt is talking about now because it's just like, I just feel like he's just talking way too much now, just way too much. He's on the show 3 times talking. 3 times, lengthy times, by the way, talking, yeah. It's just way too much. Not even a match, nothing, just talking, yeah. What's your thoughts on Taker's message and, the way it was done?
I thought it was done beautifully. I would like to have seen Taker on the show, but from what I've been told, that doesn't look like it's going to happen until WrestleMania. You're right in what you say about Bray Wyatt. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bray Wyatt's probably the best promo guy besides Heyman in the WWE today. But there's been too much promos from, too much talk from Bray Wyatt. Put him in a match, have him send a message to Undertaker through that way, but, you're not going to see The Undertaker until WrestleMania. But to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to this match because if it had been any other guy, the way Taker came out, or the way Taker got his message across, they'd have been scared out of the wits, but Bray Wyatt just laughed at it, which, kind of makes it think that he's not scared of The Undertaker, and this match at WrestleMania is going to be epic.
Yeah, no, indeed. Chad, we've got Taker, versus Wyatt this year, which is a bit of a lukewarm match for Taker, and because he doesn't actually have like a HBK or a Triple H working with him. I mean, is it even clearer now that they should have definitely shouldn't have ended the streak last year, or if they did end it, that should have been it for Taker?
I think it should have been in for Taker. I don't have a problem with the streak ending, honestly. I'm a Brock mark, so when it happened, I actually jumped up and screamed a fuck yes after it happened. But with what their intentions were with Brock breaking the streak, I don't have a problem with it at all. Should it have been last? Yeah, I think last year should have been it if you were going to end it. I don't know why they brought him back exactly. Now, bringing him back, actually, Bray was one of my picks to bring him back for because you have the whole supernatural versus supernatural type thing, especially with what they've done with Bray the past year. Like what he did with Dean Ambrose, like that lantern thing and whatever it was, whatever that ghost was coming out of the lantern and things like that. All of that was set up for this right here. So, it's hard to say whether they should have or not, but if they were going to end the streak, then I think last year should have been it myself. Because, in my opinion, this year, you're just going to get another loss, and you're still not going to get that thank you, Taker, on a win. So, But I think they're doing it to build Bray. I think they're wanting to pass the torch. So in that sense, I really don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to a couple of other things that happened on Raw. Right, Ollie. Wizdow and Wiz Khalifa. What the fuck, man?
Oh my god. So Wiz Khalifa came on the show, and later on he's going to perform, and it's going to be longer than the matches we had for the women. For real? The only thing that was good about this was Wizdow, man. You can't go wrong with Sandow doing anything, man. I'd watch Sandow clean my window and find it hilarious.
All I got to say about Wiz Khalifa is put your fucking top back on. What's wrong with you?
Oh, my God, dude.
What's wrong with you? Like, oh, fucking hell, man. And then the thing is, they put that camera, right? They zoom that camera on the wrong people. The people just did not care whatsoever. They were
No.
like, some of them were like, Wiz who?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the Wiz? Here,
Yeah.
we talking about, the Wiz, the musical The Wiz, like, wait for, fucking scarecrows and shit to jump out. What's going on? Like, they did not know what was coming on.
town.
You know what I'm saying?
He was in his own hometown, and they still did that shit.
It's a sad time. But right about now, Shugs, I know you're ill, but wherever you are, homie, just play my motherfucking rant music. Right about now, I'm about to rant on WWE with them divas. Right. 1, Summer Rae. Stop putting her ass on TV. Stop it. Her and Rosa Mendes, the two stiffest people ever to be in the squared circle. Do not put them in front of my eyes again. Do not put them in front of my eyes again. And I'll tell you why. From when this girl does a spin kick and you can see distance between the head and the foot, I do not want to see that. Botchamania insert right there. Do not want to see that ish. Take that off my TV. You have, this is the second reason. You have not 1, not 2, not 3, but probably 4 girls down in NXT that can wrestle rings around Summer Rae and Rosa Mendes put together. Okay? Stop putting this shit on TV and giving TV time to the wrong people. To the wrong people. The Bellas. What the hell are they doing still on TV? What are they doing? They don't bring anything to the product. I want to see wrestling. I don't want to see these two women just standing there doing nothing. I don't want to see that. I want to see real wrestling shit. Hence why I'm watching New Japan Pro Wrestling at the moment, because I want to see wrestling. I do not want to see this mamsy-pamsy bullshit. For people that don't know, in America, the mamsy-pamsy, that's a UK reference right there. Alright? So all I'm going to say right now is just let's sort this shit out after WrestleMania. Because if we're still getting these matches after WrestleMania, Houston, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Middlesbrough, wherever you at, we have a major problem. Mic drop. Alright, anyway.
And you wonder why I'm really legitimately scared for the NXT women for when they have to get their call up to the Raw roster.
No doubt.
I am too.
I am seriously scared for them because they're coming in to an absolute shambles of a division.
Well, Tony, I know we've talked about the fact that they're going to probably start using NXT more as a brand than kind of a developmental territory, which is smart.
Yeah.
Which is
Keep
smart.
them in the NXT. Don't bring them up. Keep them away. Let this NXT brand break out to be a brand on its own, because that's the best place for them.
I'm actually about to write an article about this with NXT.
Oh, yeah.
I've been predicting this for a year, that eventually NXT, that people would start to ask to stay in or go to NXT, and it's starting to come true right now.
It's about that time. That time.
Trust me. Yep. Listen to my previous episodes of the podcast, and you'll very find that the Divas division is a very, very wonderful topic on my show.
Mm-hmm. Right,
with the Divas, really quick, I also said this would happen when the whole Give Divas a Chance started. I still said it's still in Vince's hands, because he'll still put out the wrong people and then say, I told you so.
Oh, man, nothing ain't changes until Vince is gone. I'm sorry about that,
exactly.
But literally nothing ain't changing until Vince is gone, man. But yeah, let's move on. Ollie, Cena, takes out Rusev again. Is that too much for Rusev? Is that too much taken out of Rusev?
It is, man, and I'm sorry, and I wouldn't change from Cena, but Cena chokes out a heel because that's what a face would do. right?
Oh my god, there you go. You just nailed it, man. You just nailed it on the head. It's just he's starting to do Hogan shit. That's what he's starting to do. He's starting to do Hogan shit because I don't know if you noticed, right? Because we talk about it all the time on on the Retro Roundtable. Make sure you check out. We say this all the time that Hogan does heel shit. He comes in the ring, rake up the eyes, take comes in the ring, takes out a pouch of flour or powder or whatever it is and throw it in your dome, like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Scratch your back, like it's some heel shit, man. Come on, take a steel chair and hit you with it, and it's all heel stuff, but yet he is a face. So that's where that happens with that. Chad,
Yes,
tag team clusterfuck. Where has New Day and Los Matadores come from?
Oh my
I have not a fucking clue, dude. I actually said that Los Matadores has as much claim to the tag team titles as R-Truth does to the Intercontinental title. Just because like you said, where did they come from? Like, this whole tag team division is a fucking shit mess. I don't get it. I'll have to say this. Cesaro and Kid, to me, are the only world-class tag team. Do I want to necessarily see them both in a tag team? No. I like to see them both do good in singles. But if they're going to be together, I love them because they're the only world-class tag team that WWE has had in, a decade?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So if they better hold these fucking titles for a year. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because what they have right now, the Usos can suck my white ass. I'm sorry, they can.
Hype bomb!
But they have nobody else there that's worth a shit. And you put these two. I don't like tag teams slapped together, but these two are fucking awesome. I would love to see these two in Ring of Honor. To be honest with you, as a tag team, but. Aside from that, this is ridiculous. What are they doing with the tag team division now? Are we going to get a gauntlet match? We're getting another fatal four-way? Where is this going?
I don't know. It was just crazy. Everything was just crazy. It was just a crazy moment on Raw where all of these teams are coming out and fucking El Torito's running down, and it's just like, what's going on? Like, I just don't get it. But I
get it, if I quickly say, because it means at the end of the day, from what I've heard, you talk about whether or not they're going to get a tag title match at WrestleMania. I've heard there's a possibility the tag titles will not be defended at WrestleMania.
Well, that don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all. Yeah.
Cesaro and Kid, I call the perfect team. That's all.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, God.
Like, let me just leave this in your heads right now. Imagine Cesaro in New Japan. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Fucking hell.
Exactly. That's kind of where I was going with that, seeing them in Ring of Honor. Japan is one of them, yeah.
Guarantee, NXT. Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Let that melt in your mouth for a second. All right. Let's move on. Main event: Orton, Rollins versus Reigns. Now, Tony, we all knew what was going to happen, but I don't think we were quite sure or quite ready for how Orton was just going to deal with Rollins. Slapping him in his face and stuff. What was your take on that, man?
It was one hell of a beatdown, wasn't it? One hell of a beatdown. And like you say, classic Randy Orton. That just proves you don't mess with a Viper, and when you do, you pay the price, and you pay it the way that Rollins got. Rollins wasn't expecting it. He looked like he was scared for his life. I think the look on his face, Rollins' face, that he thought Randy Orton was legitimately going to kill him right there and then. The look on his face, it was like something out of a movie. Like, it was like, oh shit, I'm going to go for my life here. But the thing that they messed up was the bit where they cut out Randy Orton doing the double fingers for me.
Oh, yeah. He should have kept that in, man.
Should have kept that in.
Might as well. It showed for 2 seconds. I mean, it's already not PG anymore if you show it for 1 second. So.
You know what I'm saying? Like, plus, it's on at like 1 in the morning in UK. So what does it matter?
I know. The most awesome thing about that one for me, the spot that did it for me, was the way he RKO'd him through the table. That doesn't normally go through first time. It usually takes about 2 goes for it to go through. It just went through perfect for me. Yep. Absolutely perfect.
And the way he looked at him, he held him up and then he stamped his face like a Viper would, just really slowly went around his face and then dropped it.
Gold.
Ollie, what about the fact that Reigns was the afterthought in this whole segment? I mean, does that affect any credibility he needs leading into WrestleMania?
Credibility? Reigns has credibility? What?
There has to be some first, right?
Yeah.
There has to be
like
some
that.
first, man. It's ridiculous, bruh. I can't believe. Yeah, he's definitely an afterthought. I'll give that to you, man. I don't know. Maybe Mr. McMahon's realizing he messed up.
Lex Luger.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I'll be your hero.
Yep, that's what this is. This is another Lex Luger.
Express.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. Let's not get into that because my voice is pretty raspy right now. You know. Oh god. All right, that's the end of Raw, man. Let's just stop talking about this. Let's just go to Raw rating. Ollie, out of 10, please.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
This is the third show out before WrestleMania. I will give you a 6.
Okay, is your wife right there right now?
She's not. She went back upstairs.
Okay, I was gonna make her shout out a fat 0 for me. Chad, your rating?
Yes. I was going to give it a 5.5, and the RKO and Heyman and the Bray thing gave it 3 points itself. So there you go.
Tony.
Yeah, I have to agree. It was a 6 for me.
6. All right, people. Let's just go to the Raw feedback right about now and make sure we do this right. I know a lot of people left some feedback for us. I think at least we've got probably about 3 or 4 feedback from the Seg heads. So let's scoot down here and down the feed and let's see what people thought. All right, so we got 5. All right, so Darren Dyer. Axel Mulligan on Twitter, he says, to answer the questions above, I was into the Orton and Rollins match anyway. The beatdown was awesome and the RKO was brilliant. Wyatt promo was good. Always enjoy listening to Bray Wyatt on the mic. As far as Heyman, I'm going to become the most unpopular wrestling fan with this, but I really don't care for Heyman's promos in this feud. They're exactly the same week in, week after week after week. Lesnar stands there doing nothing, saying nothing, whilst getting a very large wage. For the first time in my life, I'm bored by Paul Heyman. I'd like to mention that I'm more into the US title match than I am anything else on the card. Cena was brilliant on Monday. That's what I want to see from John on a more regular basis. Masters of Top Rope Elbow Steve Dawson says, only watched bits and bobs of the show this week. Most of the booking is getting lazier and lazier. It's like they thought 5 minutes before the show, let's have a tag team turmoil match at Mania Player, and had jobber tag teams like New Day and Matadores beating the champs and the Usos. On the plus side, another Usher Dynamite promo from Heyman has lifted my expectations for the main event. I want Roman Reigns to succeed, so I'm not judging this feud yet, but I think that we have got a very good match here. Michael Cook, I feel like the WWE do not know how to build a pay-per-view anymore. The pay-per-views in WWE have all been good. It's just the TV that is failing, in my opinion. It's like TV and pay-per-view are 2 separate brands. Who else we got? We got Dazzy Lead, editor of the Max Wrestling e-magazine. It was all awesome, but for some reason it doesn't feel like Mania is a couple of weeks away. The main event is being carried by a manager, and when the outcome has been so predictable for months, it takes the fun out of it. No WrestleMania match has been built up better than Undertaker and CM Punk. The way Miz and Sandow have been thrown into a battle royal when clearly it's a perfect time to go one-on-one is beyond me. Right. Okay, some good thoughts there. All right, we're gonna go to a break right now. But when we're back, we'll be back with Sugs Stunners, RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds, and Track of the Week. So don't you miss it.
So you want to do a podcast?
Yeah, that's fun.
What do you want it to be about?
Okay.
Flowers? Bumblebees?
Like a wrestling podcast.
Right here, baby, on the mothership Saturday night. American Dream, just the rules.
Where's Tommy?
Tommy, baby.
You know, Tommy.
Tommy who, man? Tommy Rich Wi-Fi, baby.
No, not that one. This is on. You're a millennial. You don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know Vince was here. Oh, man.
Oh, man, this thing has gone off the rails. It was gone off the rails big time.
This isn't the podcast, man. This is just a meeting about having a podcast. The Dark Match Wrestling Podcast is available on StuffDudesLike.com, iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere you can download your podcast.
And we're back, people. Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast. It is episode 103. That is right. Next week is our 2-year anniversary. God damn it. Just the week before WrestleMania, which is great. So we are here Sunday as usual. Your boy Kinny Killa. I am not here with Sugs because Sugs is ill. So he's taking some paracetamols and sipping on some Lemsip right now. But I am here with Ollie, King Ollie, Hill Ollie, Ollie Wood, whatever you want to call him. He is King Ollie to me, right out of Oklahoma. Also, Chad B. Broughton, and Tony Walker, straight out of Middlesbrough. Wrestling Matters, that's what I'm talking about. So, right about now, we're going to go into Sugs Stunners. So, Sugs isn't here, so I will do it. So, I'm going to say, Jobber of the Week has to go to Wade Barrett. Simply because this guy has jobbed out week after week after week after week whilst holding a strap. Nothing else needs to be said about that. Move of the week has to go to the RKO on the table. Simple fact, he just burst Rollins' dome. Rollins just looked scared, didn't know where it was coming from. But yeah, it is what it is. RKO to the dome, RKO out of nowhere. And wrestler of the week has to be Randy Orton. I mean, he dealt with Rollins. That's all I can say. He dealt with Rollins.
My boy.
Randy. Alright, so we're going to go to RIP Smackdown in 60 seconds, where we're going to talk about the New Japan Cup and Vince's salary. So, let's start on the New Japan Cup. I don't know if all the tech heads have been watching it, keeping up with the New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Cup 2015, but we are at now the semi-final stage. Round 2 results were Togi Makabe defeated Takahashi. Also, Goto versus Shibata. Really, really, really good match there. The two friends just knocking two shits out of each other. And yeah, the match was finished by Goto. He did the Shotenkai finisher, which was nice. Vertical suplex, sit down, side slam. Loved that shit. Also, we had Kota Ibushi, my man Ibushi right there, versus Toru Yano, and he beat Yano. Upset after Yano beat Tanahashi. Yano, I don't know if you guys know what Yano's like, but he comes across as this Santino comedy character who goes around selling DVDs of New Japan. He is funny as hell, always doing cheap shots, low blows, taking the ring aprons off, turnbuckles, everything, small packages, the whole shebang, you know, and he's a funny guy. But he got taken out by my man Kota Ibushi. And Naito defeated Bad Luck Fale. Now, Bad Luck Fale, he did an upset last time out against Okada. He beat him with the Bad Luck Bomb. But Naito, he beat Bad Luck Fale in another upset, which was a really, really good match for what it was. Because Bad Luck Fale reminds me of Diesel, so he's not really quite mobile. You know, funny knees. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have been watching much of the New Japan Cup, any of you?
I haven't had a chance to chance the cup. No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I want to.
Yeah, well, it's on Daily Motion if you want to check it out. So yeah, have a look. It's amazing. So the semi-final at the moment, what's going to be the semi-final is probably happening at this moment of time. Semi-finals is Makabe versus Goto and Naito versus Ibushi, which is great. The final will also be on the same night, so make sure you check out for the update next week of the results and what has happened. But we've got two crazy ass matches right there for the semi-finals. So I think the final is going to be Makabe versus Ibushi. So yeah, make sure you tune in next week to find out. But let's talk about the salaries. Let's talk about Vince's salary. Right, I'm going to go through all of you guys right now, and I want you to tell me one by one how much you think this guy is on. So, Vince McMahon, okay? What do you think his salary is, Ollie?
Wow, $5 billion a year? $5 billion?
$5 billion. That's his salary, all right? $5 billion from Ollie. Chad?
I was going to be, after learning Triple H's salary, I was going to say about the 5 to 10 million somewhere.
Right.
So I'll say 8 million just to put an average.
8 million. That's his salary. That's his wage. All right. And Tony?
I would probably say 9 million.
9 million. 9 million.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are way off. You got to remember, this is him as an individual, not the company. Yeah. All right. You got to remember that. So
yes, sir.
His salary went up. Okay, from last year. So last year it was 1.184 million. and it's gone up to 1.25 million. All right, so this is a yearly salary. Okay, all right, Kevin the Dick Dunn. Right, how much you reckon he's earning? Bearing in mind, you just heard Vince's. How much you reckon Kevin the Dick Dunn is earning, Chad?
It's got to be in the hundreds of thousands. If it's over Vince's, my God, I'll put it at like 500,000 a year.
Okay, that's a good guess. Tony.
I would probably say 600,000.
Okay, and Ollie.
I say about $750,000.
Okay.
About 750,000.
Okay. Well, you're the closest. Kevin the Dick Dunn's salary increased over $40,000. Right now, this year it is $866,000.
What?
Yes. Yes.
That's more than Triple H's.
Yeah. Yes. Triple H's right is.
I know it is.
Yeah, 577,500 thousand. Right.
Yeah. and he wears 12 hats. You know.
Literally.
And he's got Bucky Beaver teeth.
Oh man!
God bless you, Jim Cornette. That's all I said.
Yeah, that's the salaries, man. Out of this world, seconds out of this world. All right, guys, that is the end of the show. It's been a roller coaster of a show. Half the guests we meant to have didn't have, but it's all good. We managed to have guests. None of the less. Sugs is ill. He'll be back next week. Next week I believe we have Vicky Earls, and we also should have the lads from the Attitude Air podcast on the show. They return to the show, some funny guys ready to spread the crack, not drugs, funniness. That's what I'm talking about right here. Funniness, ready to spread the crack around. So yeah, right about now I want to thank Ollie for coming on the show. Thanks Ollie, let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter.
Yes, sir. It is OL middle finger to Tim Vicious. I am at Oliver Ben. My YouTube page is REYND Benji1. Check it out. Me and Mark review NXT wrestling. We used to review TNA, but it's hard to get it for most of us. Also, I want to shout out to I am at Danny Sunday. I want to shout out to Just Stupid Mark at Just a Stupid Mark, and I want to thank you, Kenny, for putting me on this. Like I said before, you've made me an international superstar. Will not forget it. Unlike Tim Vicious, that unhonorable bastard.
Tim, I'm sorry, bro, but you're just taking the heat right now. I'm gonna have to get you on the show. I'm gonna try and get you on next week if there's a spot, just to have a rebuttal, so you could actually, say something and speak on this like Conan or Lale. So I also want to thank Tony Walker for saving my ass.
No problem, brother.
Let the people know they can find you on the Twitter.
At WM Podcast for the Wrestling Matters Podcast, at Tony_Walker on Twitter as well. That's my personal Twitter page. Facebook.com/WM Podcast. Thank you so much, Kinny, for giving me the opportunity to produce and edit and create the Wrestling Matters Podcast, because I've always said it's because of you, it's because of the Sunday Segue Wrestling Podcast I do the Wrestling Matters Podcast. And all I can say is thank you, brother.
Hey, it's all good. Just remember, we're a tiny, tiny bit in the cog of the Wrestling Matters. It's all you, bro. It's all you. Just remember that. We're just a tiny cog. Right. Yeah. Also want to thank Chad B. Broughton for coming on the show. Let the people know where they can find you on the Twitter and Open Turnbuckle Exposed Still.
Oh, man. You can follow me on Twitter at B_Rott, ROTT36. TRN is back. I can't remember the exact YouTube web address at the moment, because we weren't allowed to make our own yet until we get 500 subscribers again for some reason. I don't know what that's about. I know you, Kenny, have already put your show up from last week on TRN, so I'm on my way back to TRN. Just hit me up on Twitter or Kenny, and we can give you the link to YouTube. I just started a new podcast actually called Open Turnbuckle, the podcast. So I put it out last week for the first time, and I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm bringing back Talking NXT here soon on the March for Life network. So, and Kenny, I just also have to say, number one, I apologize greatly for this morning. I don't know how I missed my alarms like I did. And two, I'm also here partly because of you all. You were the first guest spot I ever did, and it's partly because of being on Sunday Segue that I am where I am right now. So thank you for being patient with me this morning and still having me on.
Hey man, there's no problem, man. You know what we are all about. You know what we're all about. We're trying to bring podcasts together, people together, same mind, same interest. So that's what we're all about. Okay, I just want to reiterate the fact that we are now on the Shoot Network as well as TRN. Make sure you give it a look out because we're on a constant live stream on the Shoot Network. Want to give a shout out to Ryan Davis, who is the creator of the Shoot Network. I have to give a big shooting shot right there to Ryan Davis. So every time from now on, Shoot Network is talked about, it will get a shot right there. All right. So people, make sure you check that out. Like I said, next week we should have Biggie Earls and the rest of the Attitude Air podcast. So it's going to be an Iris St. Patrick's Day special. Try and get Tim Vicious on. So track of the week is Chris Jericho, King of the World, in his undisputed title run. The theme song he was using then. And if you don't like that, you can choke on that slap nuts. Woo!
Doesn't